Yo. We back with another episode of the No Pressure Pod, man. Definitely happy everybody tuning in, man, showing love. We got a lot to talk about today, a lot to discuss. This your co-host, Miles Leathers, Coach Miles, Booby Miles, whatever you want to call me. Got my co-host with me to my right, man, TJ McCray, my dog, my brother. Got a lot to talk about, man, a lot to discuss, man. So let's go ahead and start off with just how the day went, how your day went on your end, bro. Talk to the crowd, talk to the viewers.
All right, what's good, everybody? I think this is episode 7 of season 2, man. I think so. So that's a blessing. Day was smooth though. For those that don't know, I teach. We in EOCs right now, so like the day kind of smooth. Get through testing, and after that, it's pretty much a chill day. So really minimal complaints, bro. About that aspect of things. Been consistent with working out, been consistent with, hitting the track, man. So it's been a smooth day, bro. Been a smooth day, no complaints whatsoever, man. But I do understand this is a special day, so I'll segue and ask you, man, how was your day today?
Yeah, man. Today it was a pretty good day for me. My oldest son, Kyler, turned 4 today. So
happy birthday, nephew.
That's love, man. If it wasn't his bedtime, man, I would have got him on the pod tonight, man. But we got him on a tight schedule, so
no cap. No, it don't matter where we at. You going to bed 8:00.
Hey, if anybody know my wife, if anybody know how she get down, man, Kyler, both my boys, but Kyler in particular, man, he's on a tight schedule, man. So, but yeah, I think he had a really good day. My wife and myself, we brought him some cupcakes today at school. We got to his school around 12:00.
Oh, I know that made his day, man. He was the cool kid today, man. Folks cupcakes in, man.
Yeah, he got a lot of love today. Got a lot of love from his peers. I got to watch them sing him happy birthday. Like I said, brought cupcakes. So, yeah, he was a cool kid on campus today. And then after that, came back home, did a little bit of work. And then my wife picked him up around 5:30. Got back to the house. And yeah, we just had like a little mini gathering here at the house. I did a few things here, played outside, played in the little sprinklers. It was pretty hot today, so it was cool for Kyler and a couple friends to play in the sprinklers or whatever. But came back inside, sang him happy birthday again. He had more cupcakes, he had pizza, and yeah, man, it was just a cool day. It's a cool vibe for him, and I think he was pretty joyful. He got a lot of presents, so appreciate everybody that showed him love and got him gifts and gave him calls and FaceTimes and all that good stuff. So it was a really good day, man. I'm overjoyed with love right now, and like my heart is full just watching him enjoy his day and turning 4 and just having a really good day. So shout out to my son, man. Shout out to everybody that was involved, and yeah, man. Like I said, I couldn't be any more proud of him.
That's what's up, man. I love to hear that. Happy birthday to Kyler again, man. A big foe. Hope this your best year yet, nephew. Whenever you listen to this.
Facts.
Now, before we dive into NBA, there's one thing I got to do, bro. Because I feel like we have yet to really, I guess, properly get this player her flowers. A'ja Wilson is really good at the game of basketball, bro. She's really good.
Facts.
A couple of games ago, 3 games ago, maybe she had a 45-point game. Mind you, there are only 5 games in a season. She's the first player in WNBA history. My fault. So the first player in the history of the W to record multiple 45-point games in her career. The first player to score 45 or more points while shooting at least 80% from the field in a single game. And the first player in league history to record 5 40-point games in her career. I mean, just phenomenal, bro.
Bro, she shot 80%?
15 for 18 from the field, sank both of her 3-point attempts, and hit all 13 of her free throws.
Oh, my God. Bro, that's balling. That's hooping, bro. That is hooping.
On top of the MVPs, on top of the championships, she's got NCAA championship, one of the most decorated players in college basketball history, bro. I mean, A'ja Wilson, I think is she might be the GOAT, bro. Is she better than Maya Moore? Is she better than Diana Taurasi? Is she the GOAT, man? She might be, man. I just think, she's definitely transcended the game. She inspires a lot of the young women today, and her shoes fire. But yeah, man, after I seen that 45-point game, I was like, man, I gotta show her some love on the pod, bro, because I feel like we could both do a better job of covering the W a little bit more. But said all that to say, man, we ain't perfect, but A'ja Wilson, GOAT, one of them ones.
Yeah, not for real, for real. Like, I feel like her game is like super versatile. I think she can score at all three levels. Um, her mid range is
Elite.
probably, yeah, like I would say probably the best of all time. That shit is automatic for real. She good in the paint, good around the basket. If she can like consistently, if she can shoot 40 from the three now, I mean, she a cheat code at that point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I really like her game, man. Like I said, like you said, man, she has transcended the WNBA, and I would say she the face at this point. I know everybody talk about Caitlin Clark. I know people talk about Angel Reese, but let's talk about just sheer production and really just putting the league on her back. You got to give it to A'ja Wilson, man. She's a hooper for real,
and been that way for years, Brody. So, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, it's, the one thing, excuse me, one thing that got to be respected is consistency, and she's definitely been that. So, definitely got to give her flowers. Like you said, I think she's, she is the face of the league, been the face of the league, but sometimes we get misguided by the now and what's going on. So, like I said, whether it was the Caitlin Clark hype, whether it was the Angel Reese hype, Paige is a bucket too. There's a lot of hype around her, man. But it's A'ja Wilson's league until otherwise, bro. They looking, they priming themselves up for a repeat run potentially. Everybody stays healthy. It's funny as I'm speaking about A'ja Wilson right now, her commercial comes on. And she's very personable, bro. Like, she's everywhere. So big shout out to her, man. W, keep pushing her. Shout out to A'ja Wilson.
Nah, facts. And one more thing about her too before we like move on, like I feel like she's super marketable too. She like stay out of trouble. You don't hear no issues, her steering the pot or causing no trouble, anything like that. Like, she just do what she's supposed to do. She handle her business. I feel like she's about her business as a brand.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I just feel like she's just really, really a true professional. I think she personifies the word professional when it comes to keeping her nose clean and just representing the W the right way and being the face. I think she does a really good job of that, and she doesn't get a ton of credit for that, but I think she's a true professional, and I think she does a really good job of just marketing the W in a really good manner. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to her for sure, man. I think it's good that we showed her some love on here for sure.
Yeah, man. So
yeah. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I know we got a lot to talk about.
Hold on. Yeah. Wait, but I want to say the best for last.
Okay.
I want to say the best for last. So let's dive into the game 7 as game 1 is going on right now between the Cavs and the Knicks. Quick little dialogue about game 7 against with the Cavs versus the Pistons, in which the Cavaliers won 125-94. One thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Coach, is something you said on our last episode with the cat. You were correct. I had the Pistons at 7. You had the Cavs at 7, man. So kudos to you on that prediction. They won in dominant fashion. I mean, like, literally whooped their ass. I think, they won every single quarter. But you also said, Coach, and I quote, James Harden will have a good game. Now, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. I know what you're going to say. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he in the Western Conference Finals, that he is. But by God, he did not have a good game. I said, my fault. He did not have a good game, and he once again did not score in double digits. That is 3 straight game 7s. James Harden is not scoring in double digits. I'm going to read you a stat line. 2 for 10, 0 for 6 from 3, 5 from 8 for the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, and 4 fouls. 9 points in 36 minutes. The Cavs also had 4 players to score 20 points. That's damn near unheard of. If you got 4 players to score 20 points, you bound to win, man. So, what are some of your thoughts about the Cavs overall, that game overall, the Cavs overall, and then specifically James Harden and big games?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Cavs, bro. Like, that was ass whooping. Like, I was not expecting that. Like, they went into Detroit. Yeah, they went into Detroit and played really well. I think they did a really good job of guarding Detroit. You know, I think Detroit was not. They were a good team, but they weren't like the undisputed number one seed, even though they had the number one ranking in the playoffs for the Eastern Conference. But they were young. I think they're a couple years away from actually
They
being.
overachieved, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think somebody on ESPN was talking about like, oh, they felt like Detroit. They wet the bed. Like they should have. They the number one seed. They should have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. I was like, nah, not really, man. Like if you know basketball and if you were just keeping up with Detroit, I think they're just a couple years away. I think they're a good team, but for them to get over that hump, I think they just need a little more experience and a little more ass whoopings, like how they took tonight or last game out, right? So Detroit to get better. I think Detroit to get better. I think they'll be in a better position next year, and I think they're going to remember this, and I think they'll benefit from this for real. Keep it hot. So, we'll see how that goes, but I'm not taking anything away from Cade. I'm not taking anything away from Detroit. They just one step away, in my opinion. As far as the Cavs, man, I think the Cavs can hoop, bro. I really do. Like, I don't think they're gonna beat the Knicks. I really don't think they're gonna beat the Knicks in a 7-game series. But man, I think they're a good team, bro. I think they're a good team. I think they were good last year. I think they just ran into some issues down the stretch and in the postseason. But I think they had a good team last year. And then them adding James Harden.
Team. Yeah, that's Garland instead of Harden.
Getting Garland out of here. I thought that was a good move. Adding Harden, I think that's an upgrade, in my humble opinion. No disrespect to Garland, but just an undersized guard. Bringing in James Harden, I think that benefited them, and I think they won that trade. In all honesty, and I think it's showing, bro. I think it's showing. These guys in the East Conference Finals, they're playing against a red hot Knicks team, so I think it's going to be challenging for them to beat them. But I think they have had a good year, and win, lose, or draw. I think the Cavs have. I think you can label this as a successful season for them, in my opinion. Win, lose, or draw. I just think the Knicks are the best team in the East. Shout out to the Cavs. I think they'll get 2 games. I think they'll get 2 games against the Knicks, but 7-game series, man, it's hard to beat the Knicks right now, especially the way Brunson's playing, especially the way the Cats playing. They just got a really good team, and they playing some good basketball right now. I like your watch, by the way. That's fire. That's tough. That's super tough, bro. Man.
Shout out my firstborn. I got the kids on there, man. Who that? Oh, that's the boys walking on the street. Little Cash again, man. Yeah, man. Got a little show. Got show on there.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. Yeah, go ahead, flex. Go ahead, flex real quick. Yeah.
Man, I got the boys on there, bro. Shout out to the family.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. That just caught my eye real quick. But I guess my last thing, just to finish answering the question as far as Harden, it definitely wasn't a great game for him. I really just don't like this narrative. And even if it is true.
Okay, I'm about to say, all right, go ahead.
even if it is true, man, I just respect Harden so much to the point where, like, I don't know, maybe I'm blind to the bad games and the big moments. Maybe I'm blind to it, but I just have such a profound respect for Harden, and I think he has just put up some ridiculous stat lines to the point where it's just like, man, this guy, he got it. Like, I'm always gonna have respect for Harden. I'm always gonna have respect for.
It's never no disrespect. We going off of what we seeing.
Yeah. I'm just saying from my perspective. I'm just saying from my standpoint. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to bash Harden, bro. It's gonna be hard for me to bash Harden. It's gonna be hard for me to just say like, oh,
but coach, I gotta game 7. But coach, I gotta pull your card, coach. I gotta pull your card. I gotta ask you. Like, I've heard you bash Bron. I've heard you be critical of Kyrie in certain situations, your favorite player in certain situations.
The reason being is because LeBron, it's just 2 different players. Harden
no. Hold on. You've been critical of Kyrie. You've been critical of Jason Tatum. You've been critical of.
Hold on. Let me finish. Like, me personally, I really like skilled guys. I like guys who don't have all the physical advantages in the world, because as a basketball player, I didn't have all the physical advantages in the world. Like, I wasn't like super athletic. I wasn't overly tall. I wasn't overly powerful. I wasn't just overly
Nah,
fast.
you
I was
strong
just
motherfucker. You strong now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't that. But go ahead and continue. Go ahead and continue.
Chill.
I ain't about to let you get away with that. Yeah, I know you couldn't really jump that high, move that fast, but you know you'll
But I
both
say all
somebody
that.
real quick.
But you see, but I say all that to say, like, being critical of Braun is just a little different than being critical of Harden. Harden doesn't have the physical gifts. He doesn't have the vertical leap. He doesn't have the super high or the super fast quick twitch muscles. Like, he's just super skilled, bro. And that's I can really appreciate that. That's the reason why I like Kyrie. Kyrie is my favorite player.
Who
Kyrie
you've been
is
critical of.
Yeah,
I've heard you be critical of great players, and mind you, it's more often than not, it's warranted. Like, it's justified. Like, we just talking basketball. So when you say you can't be critical of James Harden, I think he's one of the, especially in big playoff games. Not in big playoff games, it's easy to be critical because the proof's in the pudding. He constantly proves everybody right, and he did it again. Like, I mean, they brought him there for a reason. Mind you, you know what I'm saying? His role players stepped up well. Like, so it didn't really matter. You know, I don't really like hypotheticals, but if they lose that game, man, he's getting shitted on once again. He got saved by his teammates. He got saved. Whereas, like, you gotta perform, bro.
I don't like the terminology saved. You know,
I mean, I don't know what else you want to call it. Yeah, they did, but
it's a team game. It's a team game.
It's a team game, but again, he gets paid the big bucks for a reason. You said they upgraded. Like, he has to play better in these big games. Like, if in these games right now, like, I don't know what his stat line is right now, but Donovan Mitchell is playing his ass off. Like, Donovan Mitchell, which I know you've said that Donovan Mitchell's a gamer. Donovan Mitchell's, proven in games. He lives for the big game moments. I can't say that about James Harden. I can't say James Harden lives for the big game. He puts up great numbers, great stat lines, historic stat lines, but when it comes to the big game, it's like something just happens to Burr and he just disappears, and that's what I'm being critical of. Like, I don't think he's going to have a good series. I don't think he's going to have a good series against the Knicks. Like, he may have, if it goes 6, he may have 2 good games. If it goes 5, he may have 1 good game. I got the Knicks in 5, but like, I just can't trust. I just feel like now Harden's playing even better defenders. Like, I mean, the Pistons are overall a very good defensive team, but when we talk about like wing defenders, we got a Mikal Bridges, a Josh Hart, OJ Anunoby. Like, they got guys that can throw it Harden all night. And I mean, it's just he just got it. I don't know, bro. I feel like he just proved us right. Not us, but proved everyone who's critical of him in big games right once again. So, no disrespect, man. Just calling a spade, bro.
No, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at anybody's opinion, especially in the big games. But I mean, at the same time, too, like, he's in this series, he's the underdog. Last series they were the underdog. I think it's a situation where, I mean, if he can come out, if he can beat the Knicks, if the Cavs can beat the Knicks, I feel like we got to tip our hat to him. I think at the end of the day, like, I don't know if you can necessarily say like you got to tip your hat to Harden for that last game, but I mean, they won, man. They won, and from a odd standpoint, they weren't supposed to win that series, So, we'll see. We'll see how it is, man. We'll see how it is. I'm hoping that he can play better, and I'm hoping that he can lead the Cavs to victory. And shit, I'm hoping he can make it to the finals, man. I'm a Harden fan, bro. I've always liked Harden. I've always respected Harden. I was a huge fan of Harden.
Teej. That's what Jeff Teague was saying. Like, he rooting for him, but he don't think they stand a chance against the Knicks.
Yeah, I don't think they stand a chance either. It's just I'm a fan of him, man. Like, I was a fan of him back when he was at Arizona State. I remember everybody was mad when I think he went 3rd overall. I was like, man, y'all don't understand how good this nigga is, bro. I forgot what draft class that was, but he ended up going a little higher than everybody projected. And I mean, he's had a Hall of Fame career, man. So.
Shout out to Sam Presti. That man knows talent. He knows talent.
Facts.
So what's your prediction for the series before we move on?
I got Knicks. I got a Knicks in 6 if I was betting money. I got Knicks in 6, but my heart.
Speaking of the Knicks,
I want the Cavs to win. I want the Cavs to win.
If it was your $100, you putting it on the Knicks.
Yeah. But I also like Donovan Mitchell too. Like he another guy, like, undersized, skilled, a dog. Like I like players like that. I don't like players with, all the advantages in the world.
So you don't
Well,
like
okay,
Wemby?
hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, talk to me. Talk to me.
Let me rephrase that. I like guys more like, more like myself, I'm 6'3". I think Donovan Mitchell, like he might be 6'2", maybe. James Harden's like 6'4", 6'5". I think it's easy to like Bron. Bron 6'8", 260. You know what I'm saying? Run like the wind, jump out the gym. Like, no disrespect to Bron. I don't even want to make it sound like that before everybody start throwing shots at me. Bron the
I don't
GOAT.
know, man. I don't know.
Bron
It's
the
like
GOAT.
I feel like that's your cop out sometime, man. You say some shit. Hey, but Bron the GOAT, bro. Bron the GOAT.
We need to get Jaye on the pod, man. Jaye be getting
Oh
on me,
yeah,
man.
he got a bone to pick with you, but pause. He got some
Jaye
shit to say to you.
Jaye be getting on me about Bron, man.
Jay got some shit to say to you. Hey, Jay Hunt.
I've been saying Bron the GOAT. I've been saying that now.
You been saying that? That's like saying, but hey, I got black friends. That's basically what you said. That's what you saying, bro. Hey, I got, I can say this about, I got black friends, man. So I can say that shit.
That's
so
funny,
yeah,
bro.
Jay Hunt, we need you back on the pod. Hey, come on, bro. Come on. Listen, I'm just trying. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy some popcorn. I'm gonna let y'all have at it. Pause again. Why y'all discuss what y'all need to discuss, bro? Because I mean, yeah, Jay, I don't know. He was curious about some things, man. But I want him to ask you the questions live on air, man. So we ain't gonna even get into that, man. Jay, I know you gonna listen to this, bro. Hey, let us know, man. You let us know when you free, bro. We gotta get you on so you can say what you need to say, bro. Probably one of the biggest Bron fans Miles and I both know.
I know Jay got a bone to pick with me, man. Hey, Jay, hey, if you listen to this, bro, hey, you my dog, man. You my dog. We gonna get you on here. We gonna chop it up.
He said Bron the GOAT, bro. Just remember that.
Thank you for adding that.
All right, bro.
But yeah, though, yeah. Just to kind of get back on topic though. Like, I mean, what was your thoughts about Game 7? We've been getting some Game 7s, man. That's the cool thing about the playoffs.
NBA's in great hands, bro. Like, I feel like it's balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough for anybody to repeat, tough for anybody to get back to their respective conference finals, bro. But to answer your question, bro, Game 7 was, I mean, disappointing. I mean, it was a 30-point loss. I mean, just disappointing, bro. I seen people being critical of Cade, and his performance. They felt like he quit on his team or whatever. Jalen Duran was very underwhelming. And Draymond Green actually said on his podcast, like, what people got to realize is, like, usually in the regular season, teams will step up on a drive, and that leaves a lob wide open. Where Jalen Duran, where it's like the Cavs pretty much, and it could be because of their height and their depth at the big position, they kind of stayed on Jalen Duran to take the lob away and was daring them to finish at the rim. But so Draymond Green said he understands his point dip, because that's just gonna happen in the playoffs. Teams just make adjustments. He's like, whatever you get in Game 1, you damn sure probably ain't go get, whatever you did in the regular season very well. More often than not, you're not gonna get it in Game 1. And if you do get it in Game 1, you damn sure not gonna get it in Game 2 and Game 3. And I think that's a testament to, I mean, we see that with Shai yesterday, or with how teams are guarding Anthony Edwards, or specifically the Spurs were guarding Anthony Edwards and guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I know what's happened to that game right after this, but like you said, bro, you hit the nail on the head earlier. Pistons just young right now. They got to, have some additions. I just think they got outmatched by, a team and players who've played in big games. And then, like I said, the Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen is a good front court, bro. Like they're a very good front court. And when Jarrett Allen is scoring how he is, and we know they're going to rebound, we know they're going to defend and protect the rim. They're just, like you said, they're just a good defensive team, very tough to beat. And I got the Knicks in 5. And it's really just because I just feel like the Knicks going to have too much, especially like in closeout moments down the game. They got a front court to match with Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Jalen Brunson, I feel like, is going to be the best player on the floor. As long as the Knicks continue to play through Cat, I think they'll be fine, bro. So, we'll definitely see how the game how this series goes. I hope it goes longer. As a basketball fan, I wanted to go 7, but if I had to, pick, I would choose Knicks in 5, bro.
Do you feel like the layoff is going to bother them a little bit? The
Yeah,
Knicks?
man. So I think that's because I mean I think they're down one right now at halftime. I think as the series prolongs, they'll get more fluid in their game, man. But yeah, man, it's kind of one of the things where I'm noticing. I noticed with kind of OKC yesterday, and just in general, like I just feel like, or like even in college football playoff, like you really don't. Sometimes that layoff can be bad. Sometimes teams find a rhythm, and then they, because they're so good, or they're seeing success early, they sit out for a week. So you may get out of rhythm. I mean, things just might get out of whack where chemistry may fall a little bit. So, I think that's what the Knicks are suffering from right now. Again, I think they're going to pick things up. But I think OKC suffered from that a little bit yesterday. We got off to an extremely slow start. Let me stay focused on this game. But saying all that to say, bro, I think they'll pick things up, bro. I think they're finna pick things up in the second half. I think they might elope. Like, they're down one right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they win by 10, 15. And shout out to Streets, my brother Trent. I got a black beater on, bro. He said, man, anybody wearing black beaters, man, they got something to hide, bro. I don't know what that means, man, but hey, I ain't got nothing to hide, Streets. Hey, bro, I just like to rock a nice little black beater, from time to time, bro. So shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to Jeezy. Hopefully we get to see each other and chop it up when both our teams in the finals, bro. God willing.
Facts. Facts. Shout out to Street. Shout out to Mike Jeezy. My guys, man. My guys for sure. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and segue. Matter of fact, before we segue, I had another question about the Cavs. So I was high on the Cavs last year. They ended up losing. They ended up losing the Pacers. Pacers went on that historical run. Like, like, am I wrong for saying like the Cavs were? I mean, they was damn good last year. You know what I'm saying? They just ended up they ran into a really good Pacers team that went on a crazy run, and they kind of got banged up at the end in the playoffs as well. So I mean, I don't feel like last year was like just a fluke. Like I felt like they were pretty good last year, and things are kind of aligning a little bit better to the point where they don't make it to the East Conference Finals. Like, am I wrong for saying that?
No, Cavs are gonna be a good team for years to come, bro. They're gonna consistently be a good regular season team. Like you said, they got James Harden, and mind you, it hasn't been a full season with James Harden, so you got to look at this season as a success, win, lose, or draw. I anticipate them being better next year. Probably get some more free agents, some acquisitions to put around these pieces. But I do think it's very important to keep, because I think James Harden is a contract year. I think it's very important to keep James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley, and just build around that to the best of your abilities. And I think they'll be able to compete. So I think the Cavs are going to be good for years to come. They're going to be legitimate threats to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So yeah, man, I think again, I just as long as they make the right moves in the offseason, I think they'll be all right.
Nah, facts, big facts. Shout out to the Cavs, man. I hope y'all win today, man. I'm going for James Harden. I'm going for the Cavs, man.
Man, so I feel like we go spend a lot of time here because there's so many pieces of this puzzle to dissect, man. But the Spurs and the Thunder had a historic game one. I think they said this is the first time that two teams with 60+ wins in the regular season have met since the 98 Bulls and the Utah Jazz in the finals. So this is a generational playoff series that we're getting right now. The Spurs dominated the Thunder in the regular season 3-1. Highly anticipated game. Two MVP candidates. The winner in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The second runner up with Victor Wembanyama. We all know that Wemby gets motivated by things, and he kind of is bringing that real grit to basketball back. Then he commented and said pretty much seeing Shai win that award was his big motivation in his historic performance yesterday. I think he's one of 6 players in NBA history to put up the numbers he did. He had, as it loads, 41 points, shooting 14 to 25 from the field, and 24 rebounds and 3 blocks. I mean, and then the clutch 3 from the logo, in overtime, to win, man. So. Saying all that to say, man, like I said, the Spurs ended up winning in double overtime. I stayed up late for no reason. Shit pissed me off. I was tired at work today.
Nah, but you ain't stay up for no reason. That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, bro, it was a hell of a game, bro. And like my Twitter, my Threads feed going crazy talking about the game, man. Like students at the school asked me if I watched the game. Like it was it lived up to the hype by far, bro. And I mean, I'm excited. I know the NBA world is excited about what we are here to come. Like, this is probably going to be, I know us growing up, like young, we had the Kings versus the Lakers or the Spurs versus the Lakers. That was a big rivalry. Of course, in the finals, Cavs, Warriors. But I think this is going to be one of these historic rivalries that we can see for years to come with the Spurs and the Thunder, because both teams are youthful, both teams are very skilled, both teams are well coached, well managed. But to specifically, man, dive into this game, Coach, the first thing I want to ask you is, just overall, let's go on a broad scale. What were your thoughts about the double overtime victory for the Spurs and the game overall?
Bro, my first thoughts was, man, that was a high level basketball game, bro. Like, that's one of them games where you sit down, especially if you're a coach, you sit down and you break down that to your players. Like, I'm talking shot making, like high level defense, play calling, play execution, shot making, athleticism. Like, that was just a super high level game, bro. Like, win, lose, or draw. I don't care if you're a fan of OKC. I don't care if you're a fan of the Spurs. Like, that's just one of them games where you just got to sit down and enjoy and just watch professional basketball players play at a high level. Obviously Wemby, like, he had a historic game. Like, his presence on the floor is just really, really hard to replicate, just in terms of his shot blocking ability, shot altering ability, ability to score, length, athleticism, things like that, man. That's generational.
Did you notice, because like I said, I know we're going to dissect this game a lot. Did you notice the quick adjustment that was made when, we started the game off with our typical starting, well, not typical because J-Dub came back. So J-Dub was back in the lineup, but there's no way in hell that we can start Hart and Chet at the same time, because something I think you alluded to before, I know we've discussed in the chat, but Wemby was able to just sit in the paint and pretty much just float. And, we didn't start hitting threes till Caruso checked into the game, man, but we took Hart out immediately, put Caruso in, and that's when we started to kind of find our rhythm from an offensive standpoint, because, I know the NBA has defensive 3 seconds, but Wemby's, his length, he allows him to just take one step out or one step in, or even if he's a little bit later in rotations, like he was there the whole time. So yeah, but what do you think of? Did you notice that adjustment that the Thunder made? And obviously, I feel like that's something that bit us in the ass later in the game, which I know we'll get into. But what do you think about that early adjustment, like literally 4 minutes into the game?
Bro, I just felt like I said, bro, it's just a really high level game, not just from a basketball standpoint, but from a coaching standpoint as well. It's a chess match. They gonna make adjustments. OKC gonna make adjustments. Like, some of the ATOs, especially at the end of the game, when
beautiful,
they OKC kind of ran a play where it was an Iverson cut, and then Shai ended up getting on the left wing. He ended up driving the baseline.
It had Wemby pretty much in the corner.
Yeah, they had put Chet in the corner. That way, Wemby can't help. Got an easy layup to tie the game. Like, that's coaching, bro. That's high level coaching, especially in high pressure moments like that. So, it's great coaching, great players, like, great atmosphere. Like, if you are a basketball fan, bro, I advise you to stay up and watch every single game, because this is a championship game. This is a championship series, if we're being real. Like, this is the finals. Obviously, it's the Western Conference Finals, but whoever wins this is going to win the finals for sure. And like I said, it's just going to be super high level, and adjustments are going to be made on the fly. I'm eager to see, from a coaching standpoint, what adjustments are going to be made in game 2. And it's a lot of different ways to play this game, man. And, sometimes you got to go small. Sometimes you got to go big, whatever the case may be. Like, the situation might be different from game to game. So, like I said, high level coaching, and I'm just eager to continue to watch the rest of the game and just kind of see what adjustments are going to be made.
Shai got to be better, bro. He had some bad turnovers, missed a lot of shots. He didn't shoot the ball well at all. So that leaves me optimism as a Thunder fan, that, we have an ability to perform, but I also have to be realistic and understand that De'Aaron Fox didn't play. He makes a difference as well, to the Spurs. So they had to make many adjustments. Like I said, that this whoever lost that game last night, once it went to double overtime, was going to be dejected, because it took a lot to win that game, and it's damn near a must win for us. in game 2, especially at home. So it's just like I see both. I'm looking at it from both lenses. Like, Shai didn't play good, and we were still able to perform the way we did. But Caruso had a game out of his the game of his life. But that's what I said about the Thunder. Like we are a deep team. That like I don't know who's going to be like that third option for us, or second option rather. But again, having that ability to really trust your teammates and rely on your teammates. And then we played good defensively. Both teams honestly did good defensively. One thing that you discussed, which I want you to touch base on real quick, is how the Spurs were guarding. You said from a strategic standpoint. Can you dive into that a little bit? Like, what did you specifically like that the Spurs were doing?
Yeah. One thing I just really noticed, and LA, the Lakers kind of did it last series. But like you said, the Lakers just didn't have enough. They just didn't have enough to really fuck with the Thunder. So, basically what they doing, they sending doubles at Shai. They really making Shai uncomfortable. They're making Shai see bodies. He's not really having too many like easy driving lanes where he's just one-on-one and just has his man on the island. They're doing a good job of loading up on him and just making somebody else beat him. I think, the Spurs game plan is going to pretty much make somebody else like beat them. And yesterday Caruso had a really big game. He had a lot of open shots and he knocked down big shots. So it's just going to have to be, it just can't be Caruso. It has to be multiple guys. Caruso stepped up to the challenge.
Where the hell was Isaiah Joe at? Like they played Wiggins. We ain't played Wiggins all playoffs, and then you decide to now I got to get critical of my team. I'm gonna actually finish your point because I cut you off. Finish your point and then remind me to bring up Aaron Wiggins and then other moments that I got to get critical of as a fan and as a coach. But so go ahead and finish your point.
Nah, facts. No, I feel you. And I think an easy way to combat what the Spurs are trying to do is play a guy like Isaiah Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the chess match though. That's the chess match because at the end of the day, now we got to worry about what Isaiah Joe does on the defensive end because the Spurs.
Shit, what is Aaron Wiggins doing? They do the same thing.
Aaron Wiggins can guard. Aaron Wiggins can guard.
But Isaiah Joe is not a liability. But Aaron Wiggins was in that game. He went 0 for 4, if I'm not mistaken. It was 0 for 3, 0 for 4 from the three, wide open threes. And again, the only reason I'm critical is because if that sub is Isaiah Joe, based on what we've seen in the regular season and this playoffs, Isaiah Joe shooting the three like 44%.
Yeah. Nah, he can definitely.
So like, why are we rolling the dice now? Like, I understand if he struggling or whatever, then you're giving Aaron Wiggins, but we needed somebody that can knock down the shot because Aaron Wiggins didn't check back in. After he missed those shots, I think he might have played like 12 minutes. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to guess. Aaron Wiggins played 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, he went 0 for 3. He had 3 wide open 3 and didn't play no more. Isaiah Joe didn't get a minute, and like this is someone that shot 44 minutes. I don't know why we just like, hey, let's go with Aaron Wiggins now. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know. Very critical of that. I think Isaiah Joe is going to get more burn next series because again he hits the three at a high. 44% is insane, bro. This is insane. Facts. Like we
and the way the Spurs are guarding OKC is basically like, okay, somebody else is gonna have to knock down a shot. It's not gonna be Shai. It's not gonna be Shai. We're not gonna let Shai beat us. We're gonna load up on Shai. We're gonna leave guys open. We're gonna leave guys open for the simple fact that we don't want to let Shai get off.
Yeah.
And everybody saw it yesterday. Like Shai had a really bad game. I'm not gonna say bad game, but he was just uncomfortable out there. It was one point in time in overtime, he had a mid-range on the baseline and Wemby came from the weak side and blocked it.
And then one time he had the touch shot too, and Wemby was just standing there. I guess he was gonna contest it, so he put more touch on it, hit front of the rim. When Wemby like grabbed the ball and was like smiling, like look like bro, like dumbass. Like I don't know, bro. And Shai had a bad game, bro. Shai can't be 7 for 23. Shai can't be 2 for 7. He had 12 assists, but he also had 4 turnovers. Shai usually doesn't turn the ball over that well. That much. And honestly, I felt like they were nice. I feel like he had more turnovers. And then you want to put me on. One thing I learned from you from your collegiate playing and coaching experience is there's a such thing as shooting turnovers. Shai took some bad shots. I got to be critical of fucking AJ Mitchell, bro. Like, God, we're up 1 with a minute to go, and he shoots a transition three with no one under the basket with like 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Yeah. Terrible shot selection. Terrible aware. Like, we're up one. We do not need a transition three. Let's get the ball in Shai's hands and make a play. Let's get a shot at the rim. We don't need a three unless it's just butt naked wide open and like not in transition with a chance for us to rebound. Because right after that, guess what happens? Wemby hits the shot from 40 damn feet.
Yeah, my boy Jay Mill. Shout out to my boy Jay Mill. He had made a good point about AJ Mitchell. He was basically saying like Jalen Williams coming back is kind of putting AJ Mitchell in a little bind a little bit, you know, because he's not as aggressive.
He was hot. Yeah.
He's not as aggressive. His role looks a little different. You know, in the Lakers series, like he was just wired to score. Like that's all he was really thinking about. Now, you know, you kind of playing behind somebody. And obviously Jalen Williams, he is damn near the second best player on the team. Like he's going to play, and if he's ready to play, he needs to be out there.
Right.
But you know, roles kind of switch a little bit, minutes look a little different, and now AJ Mitchell's not as comfortable as he once was. You know,
ain't got nothing to do with situational basketball. I feel like, Coach. Like, I mean, you still got to be aware of the moment that you're in, and I just didn't like, and especially in that kind of we seen how this game was developing. And I actually think I got my moment switched up. It was J-Dub that shot a dumbass shot when we were up because J-Dub shot that terrible shot and Wemby got the rebound, and that's when he hit it, whatever the case may be. I think this was regulation when AJ Mitchell missed his. But regardless of the fact, just like two bad moments late in the game, one moment that was tied and one moment in which we were up by 1 point, where just bad decisions, bad shot selection, which hurt us tremendously. Something else I'm critical of. Yeah, we might have got away with it early on. You know, Alex Caruso overall, I feel like he did okay with Wemby when he was on him, but that's not down the stretch. They just don't throw the ball to Wemby like it's a mismatch, and you're gonna live with that. Like I don't know if it was Hart or Chet, but Chet got a man to fuck up, bro. He's got to guard him, especially in late games, just for the length. Shit. He got the weak side block to I think to extend the game, and then there was a possession in the fourth quarter in which, you know, he just got vertical and Wemby missed it. We got the rebound. I think he came down on somebody. Chet came down on somebody's foot and kind of got hurt a little bit. But Wemby's just literally getting lobs and like dunking the ball without even looking at the rim, because I mean they just got to throw it as high as they possibly can. So again, I didn't understand that aspect. Like, it was just so many things again that I was critical critical of, but I have to give the utmost. I mean, which we gave Wemby his flowers.
Wait, hold on. Before we move on, I think Alex Caruso has shown that like he is a really, really, really good defender. You know,
I've been saying that.
So, I mean, him being on their best player
like, again, early in the game, first half, you know, overall, I would say he was quote unquote winning that matchup. Late games, because Caruso had a bad gamble. Caruso gambled, tried to jump the pass, didn't jump it because pass so damn far out. Wemby gets it, turns around and dunk it. I just think like you got to play the percentages. So early on, I can have early success. Let's say if we're going out of 10 attempts, we may win the first 3. But those later attempts, I think Wemby's going to win that matchup. In which down the stretch, I feel like to make it more difficult, and then you factor in fatigue and all these, because Caruso I know was dead tired, but Caruso played the game in his life. I know he was tired, bro. We all know he was tired. Offensively, he's giving everything he got. Defensively, he's getting everything he got. He's tired. Whereas Chet, again, I think you got to play the length at that point. Like we got to keep Wemby away from the rim as much as possible. He got a lot of offensive rebounds down the stretch in which he was able to put the ball back up. He kept plays alive for them. He obviously had lobs that they were able to finish. Like I just didn't like the fact that was what we were relying on down the stretch. And especially once I see it's not really working not really working anymore, we got to kind of making that adjustment and maybe we put some more length on him, because I mean, he still had 41 points and 23 rebounds. So, and I can vaguely remember how often Chet was guarding him.
So that's the main adjustment that you feel like we need to make. Game 2.
Yeah,
we need to have Chet on him.
I wouldn't even say the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Just mix it up a little bit. And what I mean by mix up, like, again, if Caruso does a good job, maybe it's spotting moments in which it's Caruso. And then, but late game situations, if it's close, to keep him away from the rim as much as possible, or to make shots difficult, put more length on him, because he could just dunk over Alex Caruso, catch over Alex Caruso. Just Chet makes it a little bit more difficult. I feel like Isaiah Joe needs to play more. I think Shai is going to play better. I think, again, that's something I got to factor in as well. But again, I'm not taking nothing away from the Spurs, because I mean, they have Victor Wembanyama, who is a generational player, truly an alien. And then De'Aaron Fox may potentially be back, bro. But I also want to shout out Stephon Castle. Yes, he had 11 turnovers, but Stephon Castle, again, we give him his praise, bro. We've been fans of his. Like, he's a gamer, bro. Devin Vassell played well. Spurs, again, bro, we just in for a good series, bro. But I just had to be critical as a fan of some of the situational moments in which we made bad decisions, and then bad coaching decisions down the stretch as well. And then overall, why are we rolling the dice on Aaron Wiggins when Isaiah Joe was doing fine? I just don't understand
That's
that.
tough, bro.
And Hartenstein shouldn't start. I'm not saying Caruso should be the starter, but Hartenstein can't start. Hart should only play when Wemby's out of the game.
That's tough, man. We crucifying Aaron now, bro. Aaron had a really good.
It's not,
coach.
It's not. I'm not. We gave him his flowers, but he hasn't been playing the whole season. He hasn't been playing the whole postseason.
Y'all got straight numbers though,
right? So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We were 8-0 in the playoffs without Aaron Wiggins playing. Respectfully. So my thing is, y'all made this decision for whatever reason in the regular season, and we're consistent with it. We were the number one team in the NBA record-wise. We're 8-0 in the playoffs. Why is Aaron Wiggins again? If he gets the opportunity after Isaiah Joe, say Isaiah Joe starts off 0-3, all right, we're gonna give Isaiah Joe played 0 minutes. I just want to know why. We missed a lot of threes yesterday. We missed a lot of wide open threes yesterday. Lou Dort missed a lot of wide open threes yesterday. I don't know, Coach. Again, I just think we go see a little bit more of our Jaye Joe. Similar to what I said, Mike Conley needed to play more. Mike Conley played a whole lot more, and was doing fine. Did very well. Did exactly what I said he was going to do. I just don't understand. Like you said, if they're going to be leaving guys open, I want my best shooters on the court as often as possible. Because Case and Wallace hit a few threes for us. Again, I got to pull it up right here. Case and Wallace is 2 for 5 for 3. I'll take that.
Yeah, he hit a couple big ones.
Like I said, Caruso 8 for 14. Obviously, shot out of his mind. Chet was 2 for 4. I think I told you I'm taking that. Like, if you're shooting 4 threes, 5 threes, and you hitting 2 of them, that's 40%. We're taking that. Jared McCain 1 for 3, so it's 33%. Man, he could have shot. He could, if he has the opportunity, he could shoot a little bit more. We just got to we shot 38% as a team. We were 17 for 45, so not bad. Over 14, almost shooting 40%. That's really good. But again, I think it was just situational moments that killed us, bro.
I think you gotta make more. I think you gotta make more of them, especially like a lot of those shots are wide open. Like,
I agree.
Just going from a coaching standpoint, like if they're giving you wide open threes, you gotta make at least 40. Like, obviously, I mean, you said 38, right?
Yeah, they shot 38%. But you got to give Caruso hit 8 for 14. So that's off the top, man. That's like 50, 55.
And a lot of his threes were open threes, like wide open threes. Like, when you generate as an offense, and when you generate a wide open three and you don't knock it in, like, it can be a little deflating for real. And OKC, they got a lot of wide open threes, and I think they'll shoot it better. If I was a betting man, I would take OKC game 2. I think a lot of the world would take OKC game 2. But I think they're going to shoot it better, bro. I think they're going to shoot it better. And reason being, it's not even because I just feel like OKC is just a phenomenal shooting team. We had this debate over the weekend. Like, I don't think OKC is just great shooting team, but they're going to generate a lot of open threes off the simple
guys who are capable of making them. They just got to make them.
Yeah. And like I said, they're going to generate a lot of open threes just based off the way Shai just draws so much attention. Like, he just generates so much gravity towards the ball. Like, he naturally brings defenses towards him. He naturally just collapses the defense. And he's a willing passer, So I think OKC will knock down a lot more threes. And I think that's the way to beat the Spurs. You got to make some shots. You got to make threes, because anything at the rim, Wemby is going to block it. He's going to alter shots. He's going to it's hard to finish over him. Like he's just one of a kind. So OKC has the formula. OKC has the formula to beat the Spurs. Like I'm not.
It's going 7. We gonna win in 7, bro.
It's gonna be competitive. It's gonna be a competitive series. And they low key could have won last night, but
coach, we could. I mean, it could have. The game went either way. Again, Wemby has a phenomenal game. Shai has a terrible game. So it's all in how you look at it. But we very well could have won. Again, it was specific moments that I can pinpoint that fucked us over. And then Wemby hits a phenomenal shot from 40 feet. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at how they even got in that position. Like the shot we were taking while we were up. Like I don't know, bro. I feel like you got to get the ball in your best player.
J-Dub also had like a wide open 3 too. I think it could have. I forgot.
That was to win the game. That was to win the game.
Yeah, that's the shot that could have won them the game.
Yeah,
that was great offense, inside out 3,
wide open
best player, wide open. Yeah, like that's a shot you got to knock in. You know what I'm saying? If they knock that in, the game's over. We're not even having this conversation. But I mean, like you said, man, this is gonna be a high level game. It's gonna be a high level series. It's gonna be a lot of moments where shit could have went this way, shit could have went that way. The game could have been won from this team. Game could have been lost by this team. You know, if J-Dub knocks that shot in, which damn near 9 times out of 10 he does knock that shot in, we know we having a different discussion. But I mean, that's how close the series is gonna be. It's gonna be a 1 possession game. It's gonna be a 1 possession series. It's gonna be this guy doing this guy making this play, this guy doing this. So I mean, it's just really gonna be a high level game, or it's gonna be a high level series, and definitely excited about the rest of it.
Yep. Hey, bro. In 23 minutes, bro, your boy James Harden, 3 for 7, 1 for 3, 4 turnovers.
3 for 7 is not bad.
It's not bad, but why do you only have 7 shot attempts? But you also have 4. You have more turnovers than you have field goals made.
Yeah, man. I think what we got to realize too, like this is not James Harden's team either. This is not his team. You know, I know he still should be playing that bad.
Who the second best player on the team?
He the second best player.
Who should be taking? Who should he be taking more? You think who should be taking the second most shot? Again, Donovan Mitchell, yeah, it's his team. He should be taking the most shots. Donovan Mitchell has 14 shot attempts. He has 50% less than the shot attempts that he does. And like I said, this is transcending over from game 7. That's just my only thing, bro. Like, just be more aggressive with your touches, bro. That's all I want you to do. But he's leading the team in turnovers. Like it's bad. I just
hey, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax, bro. He the primary ball handler.
Oh yeah, that mean you get the shit away, bro. I mean, you got 4 turnovers, bro. Like,
Luka turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah, but Luka's also giving you 40 points and 12 rebounds and 12 assists.
How you know this? How usage players turn the ball over?
Yeah, but let's see what he end the game with. Like, make your imprint on this game, bro. Like,
they winning,
James Harden.
66,
but that's so damn. If James Harden goddamn doing what he doing, we probably talking about the Cavs being legitimate contenders to win the finals. Or hey, is James Harden expendable? Is he expendable? Let's talk about. Do you resign him? How much do you give him? What he produce?
That's a debate. That's a debate.
What we paying for? I don't think you worth what you're gonna be asking for, James Harden. You want shit. Maybe you expend. We talking about Jalen Dub last. Maybe it's James Harden.
That's a debate. That's definitely a debate.
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say that for a rainy day. We'll see how everything play out. You're right. I'm critical of my boy, man. I got the game over here in the corner. Just tapped in on what's going on.
Have you always liked James Harden, or like?
Yeah.
What has been your viewpoint? What has been your viewpoint on him?
Bro, James Harden is one of the best offensive talents the NBA game has ever seen, bro. I loved him in OKC as a 6-man. And Houston, he gave us some of the best years we've seen. Bro, just very skilled, very talented as a passer, as a scorer, as a 3-point shooter. Transcended the game and again to the free throw line. It's just he don't show up in big games. If I was playing a game where it was like the world versus the aliens, like I'm not picking James Harden because he gon' shit the bed, bro. I just can't trust him. I want guys that I know that's gonna kill. I want Braun. I want Kyrie. I want KD on that team. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Give me those guys like James Harden, who's in the same conversation as these guys from a talent standpoint, from a skill standpoint. I'm just not picking him.
He the third best shooting guard of all time.
What you got? Jordan Wade, and then what? Harden,
Jordan Wade,
Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Kobe, and then shit. You got Kobe.
Jordan, Kobe.
So now I'm not taking James Harden over Kobe. No order: Kobe, Jordan, or DWade.
Okay, I'm taking Harden over Wade.
I can't do it because Wade shows up. You talking about from a skill standpoint, but
no.
Then what you? I don't know. Again, you taking Wade shows up in big games. Wade led his team to the NBA Finals. Wade averaged what was his? What was it? Over 30 points. That final, that shit was crazy. Wade did that. And Wade. I think it was his. I know their shit and the first finals run that he had with LeBron James. Dwayne Wade had a good series against the Magic. It was LeBron James that didn't. They made their little changes. And I think it was. I know their fourth. The one in which they lost to the Spurs, D-Wade did not show up, but he played well.
Very, very bad.
Played very, very bad. But how Bron played in the first matchup in their first finals run, D-Wade was that in their fourth finals run. But 2 and 3, very consistent in what he was doing, playing the Robin role behind LeBron James, who was Batman. Not mad at that, bro. But Dwayne Wade, bro, I was a big D-Wade fan, bro. Like Flash was a real thing, bro. He had his moments in the NBA, bro. And like I said, he willed his team, which again, I don't think he willed his team to an NBA final, to a championship, bro. It has shown that he can play in big games. But again, James Harden is just a little bit nicer to look at from a basketball standpoint. But D-Wade was that guy, bro. D-Wade was that guy. And I know you got respect for D-Wade. I know you ain't disrespecting him at all, bro. But I ain't mad at you for saying you taking Harden first. I ain't mad at that.
I got my dog Harden, man. I got that left-handed man over Wade.
Then defensively, D-Wade as a shot blocker, best shot blocking guard of all time. They say, strap up. He played defense.
Yeah. Kind of crashed out though towards the end of the career.
He did enough.
Did enough. Okay.
He did. Shit. What more did you need from him? He got the All NBA selections. He got the rings. He got the performances.
Yeah, he kind of crashed out towards the end. He was bad. That last finals versus the Spurs we just talked about. He was really, really bad. Started bouncing around.
Hey, man, Spurs were motivated, man. Spurs was motivated, bro. Yeah, like you say, when he went to Cleveland, what the fuck was that?
That was nasty.
But he came back to Miami and turned them up real quick, bro. I remember he had some moments late in his career with Miami, bro. He had turned them up for a little bit.
I don't remember.
Yeah, bro, he did, bro. But like I said, I ain't gonna criticize the guy.
Yeah. Respect, man. Respect.
I say, God, I ain't for falling off late in his career, bro. You know what I'm saying? That. It was chink in his armor, bro. He was old, injury. D-Wade had, D-Wade was on some Allen Iverson shit, bro. Like, they really sacrificed their body for the game, bro. Like, gave it all they got, played through injuries. Man, it was, got it. D-Wade, well respected, man. You a legend, bro. I'm not taking you over. I'm taking you over hard, man. My brother not.
Respect, man. Respect. Respect.
So, yeah, man. I had something I wanted to discuss with you, but we ain't gonna have enough time, so I'm gonna save it for the next one. It was this picture I screenshotted in my phone. It was 4 different teams with different eras, and it was like which team would win the most rings. I was gonna send it to your phone, but we'll say that for the opening for the next podcast because I'm curious of who you would pick because I think we would pick the same team. But we'll say that, Coach. We'll say that.
Nah, man. Yeah, let's go ahead and save it for next time, man. Go ahead. I'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. I definitely appreciate everybody tapping in and showing love. Teej, much respect to you. Definitely appreciate you just setting this up, man. I want to give you your flowers, man, because a lot of the production stuff, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, man, you're really good with it as far as like, just putting everything together, getting it out to the public, posting on everything on social media. So, man, just wanted to show you some love real quick in terms of that, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Love, bro. Love you a lot, man. You my dog, my brother. And I appreciate you, man, just taking me on this journey with you, bro, for real.
Love you too, dog. Vice versa, feelings mutual, man. Let's keep going, brother. Stay consistent. And to everybody listening, man, we love and appreciate y'all as well, man. Like, subscribe, follow, tell a friend about us. Leave comments in our comment section. Always show love. Until next time.